Hey everyone, this is Julian from the Binary Lab, and in this video I'm going to be teaching you some very useful productivity tips in your binary trading so that you can actually trade and keep those binary trading profits. And most importantly, never ever blow your account again. So how many people out there, honestly speaking, you have ever blown an account? Doesn't matter whether you've done it at beginner or intermediate, or actually I know it hurts the most when you blow an account when you think you've already advanced beyond yourselves. And sometimes blowing an account when you think that you've come a long way in your trading, but you somehow feel that, oh damn it, how did I let myself do that again? Alright, so today I'm going to be giving you some advice on how you can actually cut out all these things that make you self-destruct, make you lose your trading profits, lose your cool, lose your confidence in yourself. Alright, so one good way to start is my previous video, like how to trade in cycles. I talked about, in a nutshell, why is it so important to trade in a cycle of, let's say, 15 to 20 minutes. I mean, that's for me, 15 to 20 minutes. Taking a break to the next market session, it could be in a few hours time. And so, let's say within a day, I only end up having about 2 or 3 trading cycles in the whole day. This is powerful. Watch that video for more information. But also, I want to talk about the whole aspect of what trading cycles does for you in your trading, okay? Most of the time when we so-called self-destruct, right, it actually happens because we are just unable to accept a loss that's happened. And this happens, unfortunately, happens more often to advanced traders than the people who are starting out in the beginning. And the reason why that happens is because sometimes we have this feeling that we've come a long way since then, and how is it that we still allowed ourselves, to screw our account over, just like how someone much more amateur would have done, or how much we would have done when we were much more amateur than this. And this kind of feeling leads us to disillusionment. So I want to teach you how to curb that, okay? The idea is discipline, okay? Trading in cycles teaches you discipline. Discipline to stop whether or not you're ahead, whether you're at a profit, a break even, or a loss. I want to bring an example of one of my students. I'm not going to name his name because he wants to keep very low profile. But he's been taking fairly large trades, and he's been incrementally increasing his trade sizes. He sent me screenshots since last Wednesday. Since last Wednesday, today is a Monday, he's only placed 10 trades since then, and all were winning trades. And that actually averages out, excluding the rest of today, for about 3 net wins a day, or 2+ net wins per day. And that's mighty good, okay? And he told me that, sometimes he achieved it within like 15 minutes. Sometimes he achieved it within 7 minutes. And sometimes, he took a little bit longer because the market conditions were not right. But basically looking out for those high probability precision wins. So that's exactly what he's done. And I think it's a really, really good way to do it, because this student of mine, he used to trade a lot in a day, okay? As you know, many of the trading platforms like IQ Option and a few of the other ones, they have a ranking system, and in that ranking system, it actually tells you, what is the gross profit. So this guy, he used to have 5-figure gross profit per week, okay? But last week, it was only a 4-figure sum. And guess what? Most of it was actually net profit. So at the end of the day, I mean, it sure looks great to be high up on the leaderboards in terms of total gross profit, but wouldn't it be great if you're on the leaderboards and what you see over there is net profit? Isn't that more valuable? And this student, he told me that after applying what I showed him in terms of money management mindset, and also the strategy that I've been most recently teaching my students for the last 2 months, he has been able to cut short his trading time from about 2 to 3 hours per day to as little as, like I said, 7 minutes in a day. And the reason for that is because by losing less, he doesn't have to win as much. Alright? So by losing less, you don't have to win as much. So by keeping your mind in the right shape, alright, you don't have to lose as much. Now, let's talk about what I mentioned. Like sometimes, pride becomes an obstacle. Because the more better we get at trading, I mean the more experience do we get in trading, we are more likely to take trading at the best timing, the best entry, the best exit point. We are able to select our entries and expiry times correctly, and looking at various indications, we're able to take very nice winning trades. But sometimes when we're able to filter the best possible entry and yet we lose that trade, sometimes for the perfectionist in us, it actually gets us down by a lot. The key is to stop yourself by trading in cycles, keeping yourself to a limit. Alright, let's say you be very clear about why you're trading this and how much profit you need to achieve in a week, or let's say work it down towards in a day. How much profit you actually have achieved in a day. And let's say if you have a higher accuracy and less time trading, you'll be a lot more focused as well. And with the more focus, you can actually tweak your entry size, be a bit bigger as well. So this student, he started trading in larger sizes, but trading less and finishing in less time. And at the end of the day, able to keep more money. And if he sees that the market is if he sees the market is like very flattish, it doesn't have a lot of indicators that show that the market is good for trading, he doesn't trade. And that's exactly what we should do as well. Learn to stop. Some people take trading as a hobby, but when you're trading, you wanna remind yourself, did you get into trading purely because of hobby, or was it because of actually making some extra income? Alright, if it was making some extra income, or let's say even if it's a livelihood, then you better draw the line very clearly. Because let's say if it's for livelihood, this is where I draw the line. My job is done for today. But let's say if it's for hobby, by all means. But if it's for hobby, if it's to if you want to keep drilling, okay, once you hit your net target, why don't you switch over to demo? Why don't you switch over to like trading smaller sizes? All right, so at least if you make some like dollar losses, it's not gonna bring your mood down for making all those 3-figure trades. So let's say if you've been making 3-figure trades and winning them, and then suddenly when you get tired because your hobby trading that taking over you, or that's the perfections in you taking over, that causes your accuracy to slide, you don't get affected so much. So guys, watch my video about trading in cycles, and I highly encourage you to set your daily trading plan. How much you plan to make a day, and based on your statistics, how soon and how little trades do you really need to actually achieve that. That's going to make you a lot more focused, and ultimately not martingaling is going to help you a lot. This is actually one of the very important tips that I want to dispense in this video, because think about it. Alright, if you're able to trade very focused, very precise with the proper method, such as the method that I'm actually teaching my students in this retro trading focus group, we're actually able to get like very high accuracy. A lot of students were surprised how they could reduce their fake outs by up to 70%. And some people said that they even reduced their fake outs up to 85%. And by having less fake outs, I mean, a lot of us, we try to take the trades at the best possible time, but somehow or another, we're still unable to. The methods that I've taught in this retro trading group is able to reduce the fake outs by a very large percentage, and therefore able to help you trade a lot more accurately, and you can actually, you can pace yourself in your trading a lot better. So with that higher accuracy, with that higher focus, with the shorter trading time, you will be able to make up losses back in no time. The best way to actually make back losses is to just make an additional trade. It's just like, if let's say you're out there playing soccer on a pitch and then you sustain an injury, you were sidelined for the rest of the match. Well, it's only right that you can get back on at the end of the match. Or let's say if you were trying to do a slam dunk in basketball, and in the process of doing so, maybe you were tackled by a different player and you sprain your ankle on the way down. There's no way you're gonna go out and dunk the next shot, because you're not in a physical form to do so. So stop trying to get ahead of yourself, trying to like do double just to make back of the single mistake that you made. But instead, take it one step at a time, one step at a time, one step at a time. And let's say if you are injured in any way, just as with physical injuries, if your account is injured, let's say by North Korean missile testing, hydrogen bomb testing, and that cripples the stock markets, right? The civil stock markets cripples the forex markets, cripples the range that we have to trade. And when the accuracy takes a hit, well, doesn't matter. We're just gonna cut down our trading size a lot less. So just for your information, during the last 2 weeks, because of all these missile discussions going on, Donald Trump being the main one in scrutiny, because I mean he's commanding the world's leading nation. I've been actually moderating my trading sizes down by a lot. So I used to be trading, I cut down my trading size by 50%, in the week following the first missile launch. I cut it down by another 50%. And for the last week, the last week has been a better trading week than the previous week, but I'm still on the low sizes, and only today I'm gradually increasing my trading sizes all over again. Alright, so it's just like that. When you get injured, it takes time to recover, or let's say when the market is injured, you should be taking pace with it as well. Alright, so I hope these tips find you well, and I hope this is able to help you trade and keep your binary profits and never blow your account again. If you want to get more tips like this, like and subscribe, and also join my mailing list as well. This is Julian from the Binary Lab. Bye for now. Good trading.